Welcome to Billionaire and President Mysteries. Donald Trump is a billionaire, former president, and a highly publicized figure. However, behind the glamour, there are many shocking truths about Trump that he has tried to keep hidden, and the media has remained silent about for a long time. Many people, upon learning about Trump's secrets, have been deeply disappointed and embarrassed that America had such a president. So, what are the disturbing secrets about Donald Trump? Join us as we explore them in today's video. Trump once owned the Miss Universe organization, and there have been numerous scandals involving Trump and various beauty queens and models. Trump acquired the Miss Universe organization in 1996, which included Miss Universe, Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA. His ownership marked a significant period for these pageants, transforming them into high-profile global events. However, Trump's tenure at the helm of the organization also sparked a series of controversies and rumors that have lingered long after he sold the organization in 2015. One of the most persistent rumors from Trump's time with Miss Universe involves allegations that he would enter the contestants' dressing rooms without permission and engage in sexual harassment. Reports and testimonies from former pageant participants have suggested that Trump would often make unannounced visits to the backstage areas where the contestants were preparing. These allegations have been a point of contention, with Trump denying any wrongdoing and asserting that he had a right to visit the areas due to his role as owner. Critics, however, argue that such behavior was invasive and inappropriate, raising questions about his respect for the contestants' privacy. Additionally, Trump faced accusations of favoritism during his time with Miss Universe. Some critics claimed that he used his influence to benefit certain contestants, suggesting that his decisions might have been influenced by personal preferences or biases. Trump's controversial comments about the contestants also added to the scrutiny of his involvement with Miss Universe. He was known for making blunt and often disparaging remarks about the contestants, both publicly and privately. For instance, he has been criticized for his comments about the appearance and weight of some participants, which many considered to be both inappropriate and disrespectful. One of the more sensational and enduring aspects of the controversy surrounding Trump's time with Miss Universe is his alleged connection to Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender. Epstein was notorious not only for his wealth, but also for his connections with many powerful and famous individuals. However, his reputation was completely destroyed when he was charged with sexually abusing minors and running a sex trafficking ring. In 2008, Epstein pleaded guilty to soliciting a minor for prostitution and was sentenced to 18 months in prison. However, he served only 13 months and was granted various privileges during his incarceration. In July 2019, Epstein was arrested again on charges related to the sex trafficking of minors. While awaiting trial, he was found dead in his jail cell in New York, with his death ruled as a suicide. However, Epstein's death has fueled numerous conspiracy theories, particularly regarding his connections with powerful figures. Epstein was known to have socialized with a wide range of high-profile figures, including Trump. The association between Trump and Epstein, combined with Epstein's criminal activities, has led to speculation and conspiracy theories about whether there was any connection between Epstein's actions and the Miss Universe organization. Trump has been entangled in legal troubles numerous times and may have even been arrested at some point. Despite being a billionaire and serving as the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump has faced numerous legal challenges and controversies throughout his career. Trump's legal troubles began long before his presidency, with a series of civil lawsuits related to his business practices. One notable example was the case involving Trump University, which was accused of defrauding students through its real estate courses. In 2016, Trump settled the lawsuit for $25 million, although he did not admit to any wrongdoing. The investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election also brought Trump under legal scrutiny. Special counsel Robert Mueller led a comprehensive investigation into whether the Trump campaign colluded with Russia to influence the election outcome. Trump's presidency was marked by 2 impeachment proceedings by the House of Representatives. The first impeachment, in 2019, focused on allegations that Trump abused his power by pressuring Ukraine to investigate his political rival Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. The second impeachment in early 2021 charged Trump with incitement of insurrection following the January 6th Capitol riot, where supporters of Trump stormed the Capitol building in an attempt to overturn the 2020 election results. Financial and tax issues have also been a major area of concern for Trump. Investigations into his financial dealings and tax returns have revealed discrepancies and questionable practices. The New York Times published a detailed report in 2020 revealing that Trump had paid only $750 in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017, and had avoided paying substantial taxes through various deductions and losses. There has been ongoing speculation and skepticism about whether Trump has used his wealth and influence to evade legal consequences. Critics argue that his financial resources and connections have provided him with significant advantages in legal battles, potentially allowing him to avoid more severe legal repercussions. Trump has been suspected by many of being gay. Rumors and speculation about Donald Trump's sexuality have circulated over the years, though they remain unsubstantiated. Some gossip columns and internet forums have suggested that Trump might be gay, citing various pieces of anecdotal evidence and controversial claims. These rumors often point to his close relationships with certain individuals in the entertainment industry, including high-profile figures who have made ambiguous statements about their own sexuality. Another source of speculation stems from Trump's well-documented history of flamboyant behavior and his public persona, which some have interpreted as atypical for a heterosexual man. Additionally, his often criticized and unpredictable remarks about LGBTQ+ issues have fueled conjecture, with some suggesting that his vocal stance against LGBTQ+ rights could be a smokescreen for his own secretive personal life. Trump has been accused of being a Russian spy and receiving assistance from Russia to undermine American politics. Allegations that Donald Trump had connections with Russia and received assistance from the country during the 2016 presidential election have been a significant and controversial topic. These claims have been fueled by various reports, investigations, and high-profile testimonies, creating a complex narrative of potential foreign interference in US politics. The central allegation is that Trump and his campaign may have colluded with Russian officials to influence the outcome of the 2016 election. This notion was brought to widespread attention by the special counsel investigation led by Robert Mueller. The investigation aimed to determine if there was a conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Russia, as well as whether Trump obstructed justice during the probe. Several aspects of Trump's campaign raised eyebrows and fueled suspicions. For instance, the Trump Tower meeting in June 2016, which involved senior campaign officials and a Russian lawyer promising damaging information on Hillary Clinton, was particularly contentious. The meeting was disclosed after the fact and raised questions about the nature of the communication between the Trump campaign and Russian operatives. Additionally, Trump's public encouragement for Russia to release emails stolen from the Democratic National Committee added to the scrutiny, suggesting a troublingly casual approach to potential foreign influence. Trump's connections with Russia extended beyond the 2016 election. His business dealings with Russian entities, including plans to build a Trump Tower in Moscow, have been a focal point of investigations. Trump's financial ties with Russian investors and real estate deals, coupled with his previous admiration for Russian President Vladimir Putin, have further fueled speculation about the nature of his relationships with Russia. Trump has many bizarre hobbies and habits. Donald Trump, a figure known for his larger-than-life persona, also has a collection of quirky habits and eccentricities that have intrigued many. One of the most talked-about aspects of Trump's personality is his obsession with cleanliness. He is known to have a strong aversion to germs, to the extent that he reportedly avoids shaking hands with people whenever possible. This germophobia extends to other areas of his life, such as his preference for fast food, which he believes is safer due to the standardization and strict hygiene practices of fast food chains. Despite his wealth and status, Trump's culinary preferences are surprisingly simple. He is known for his love of McDonald's, often indulging in fast food during his campaign and presidency. His go-to meal reportedly includes a Big Mac, filet-o-fish, and a Diet Coke. Trump's preference for Diet Coke is well documented, with some reports suggesting that he drinks a dozen cans a day. In addition to his cleanliness obsession, Trump has an unusual hobby: collecting magazines that feature him on the cover. Trump has reportedly filled his properties with framed copies of these magazines, showcasing his deep fascination with his public image. This collection includes everything from prominent publications to more obscure ones. All of these reflect his desire to be seen and remembered as a significant figure in the media, but many have speculated that Trump may be suffering from narcissistic personality disorder. Trump's acting skills were so poor that he was awarded a Razzie. Despite being widely criticized for his acting skills, Donald Trump made several forays into the world of film and television, adding another layer to his multifaceted public persona. One of his most notable cinematic ventures was his role in the 1990 film Ghosts Can't Do It. This movie, which starred Trump alongside Bo Derek and Anthony Quinn, was a commercial failure and garnered a reputation for its poor quality. Trump's performance in Ghosts Can't Do It was so panned by critics that he was awarded a Razzie Award for Worst Supporting Actor. The Razzie Awards, often considered the antithesis of the Oscars, are given out annually to recognize the worst in cinematic achievements. Winning a Razzie was a notable mark of failure in the film industry, and Trump's receipt of this award highlighted the lackluster reception of his acting efforts. Despite the negative reception of his performance, Trump continued to make cameo appearances in other films and TV shows, including his memorable role in Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. Trump is the first US president to have no prior political or military experience before taking office. This fact alone set him apart from all his predecessors, making his rise to power a significant departure from traditional American politics. Before entering the political arena, Trump was best known as a real estate mogul, a reality TV star, and a businessman with a controversial reputation. His unconventional background fueled both his appeal to voters and the skepticism of his critics. Trump's lack of political experience was seen as both a strength and a weakness. To his supporters, it meant that he was a political outsider who could bring fresh ideas to Washington and disrupt the established political order. To his detractors, it raised concerns about his ability to govern effectively and understand the complexities of both domestic and foreign policy. His outsider status played a crucial role in his electoral success, as many voters were frustrated with career politicians and were drawn to Trump's promise to drain the swamp in Washington. During his presidency, Trump's unorthodox approach to governance led to a number of controversial policies that sparked intense debate. One of the most notable was his immigration policy, particularly his efforts to build a wall along the US-Mexico border and his administration's enforcement of family separation at the border. These actions were widely criticized by human rights organizations and sparked protests both domestically and internationally. Critics argued that these policies were inhumane and damaged the US's reputation as a nation that welcomes immigrants. However, Trump's supporters praised these measures as necessary steps to secure the border and protect American jobs. Another significant and controversial policy was Trump's approach to trade. He initiated trade wars with several countries, most notably China, by imposing tariffs on imported goods. Trump argued that these tariffs were necessary to protect American industries and reduce the trade deficit. However, the trade wars led to increased costs for American consumers and businesses, and many economists warned that they could harm the global economy. Trump's foreign policy was also marked by significant departures from the norm. His decision to withdraw the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement drew widespread condemnation from environmentalists and world leaders, who argued that it undermined global efforts to combat climate change. Additionally, his administration's withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal was criticized by many allies and sparked fears of increased instability in the Middle East. Trump's foreign policy approach was characterized by his America First philosophy, which often put the US at odds with its traditional allies. Perhaps one of the most controversial aspects of Trump's presidency was his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. His administration was criticized for its slow response and mixed messaging, which many believe contributed to the US having one of the highest COVID-19 death tolls in the world. Trump's downplaying of the virus and promotion of unproven treatments led to widespread confusion and distrust in public health guidance. Trump has faced criticism for having been married to 3 different women. His first marriage was to Ivana Trump, a Czech-American businesswoman with whom he had 3 children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. This marriage ended in a highly publicized divorce in 1992, amid allegations of Trump's infidelity. His second marriage to actress Marla Maples produced 1 daughter, Tiffany, but this marriage also ended in divorce after 6 years. Trump's marital history has often been a point of criticism, especially from those who see it as contradictory to the traditional family values he has claimed to uphold. Trump's third and current wife, Melania Trump, brought an entirely new dynamic to his personal and political narrative. Born in Slovenia, Melania became the First Lady of the United States to be born in Eastern Europe. Her foreign origins and immigration status sparked significant controversy, particularly in light of Trump's hardline stance on immigration. Critics pointed out the perceived hypocrisy in Trump's strict immigration policies, especially his strong opposition to chain migration, the process by which legal immigrants can sponsor family members to come to the US. Ironically, it was through this very process that Melania's parents, Victor and Amalia Knavs, were granted US citizenship, raising questions about whether Trump's rhetoric was at odds with his own family's experience. Trump is holding secrets that could damage the reputation of Barack Obama and the US government. According to the US Constitution, a presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen of the United States. This requirement is outlined in Article 2, Section 1, and ensures that only individuals born on American soil or to American parents are eligible for the presidency. This provision was established to safeguard the office from potential foreign influence and maintain national loyalty. In 2011, Donald Trump gained significant media attention with his controversial claim that President Barack Obama was not born in the United States. Trump alleged that he had great sources confirming that Obama's birth certificate, which had been released by the White House in 2008, was a forgery. This assertion was part of the birther movement, which questioned Obama's eligibility to serve as president, despite his official documentation proving his birth in Honolulu, Hawaii. Trump's birther claims were widely criticized and debunked. The Obama administration released the long-form version of the birth certificate to dispel doubts and confirm Obama's birthplace. In response to Trump's allegations, President Obama and other officials repeatedly emphasized the authenticity of the document and dismissed the birther movement as baseless conspiracy. The controversy surrounding Trump's claims was met with strong reactions from Obama, political figures, and the public. Obama himself addressed the issue with a combination of frustration and humor, urging the nation to move past the unfounded conspiracy theories. Trump is rumored to be a member of the mysterious Illuminati. The Illuminati, a secretive and elusive group alleged to wield significant influence over global governments and economies, has long been a subject of speculation and intrigue. According to conspiracy theorists, the Illuminati is a clandestine network of powerful elites who manipulate world events from behind the scenes to maintain control and advance their own interests. The idea that Trump might be linked to the Illuminati stems from several factors. First, his substantial wealth and high-profile status as a billionaire businessman, and later as a president, naturally lend themselves to conspiracy theories about secret societies. Additionally, Trump's association with various high-profile individuals, including those with alleged ties to secretive circles, has been scrutinized. Conspiracy theorists often cite his relationships with prominent figures in finance and politics as evidence of potential Illuminati connections. His unpredictable approach to global politics and economic policies is sometimes viewed as aligning with the alleged goals of the Illuminati, which supposedly seeks to control global affairs through manipulation and secrecy. Donald Trump had prior knowledge of the COVID-19 pandemic and secretly prepared for it to undermine his political opponents. According to this theory, Trump was not only aware of the impending global health crisis, but also took steps behind the scenes to position himself advantageously as the virus spread. Proponents of this idea point to a series of seemingly coincidental actions and statements made by Trump in the months leading up to the pandemic's outbreak as evidence of his foreknowledge. One aspect of the conspiracy involves Trump's early and persistent focus on China, where the virus first emerged. Some theorists suggest that Trump's trade war with China, which began well before the pandemic, was part of a larger strategy to weaken the Chinese economy and, by extension, other global powers. They argue that Trump knew COVID-19 would create chaos and used his pre-existing tensions with China as a way to paint the country as a villain on the world stage, thus bolstering his America First narrative. Further fueling this conspiracy is Trump's response to the pandemic itself. Critics argue that his administration's seemingly erratic handling of the crisis, such as downplaying the virus's severity while also pushing for quick vaccine development, was part of a calculated plan. According to the theory, Trump's initial minimization of the threat was intended to create a sense of complacency among his opponents, only for him to later take decisive action that would position him as a strong leader in a time of crisis. Some even go so far as to claim that Trump used the pandemic as a tool to manipulate the 2020 election. The rapid approval of vaccines and the distribution of economic relief packages, for example, are seen by some conspiracy theorists as part of Trump's grand design to boost his popularity just before the election. They argue that these measures were timed to sway public opinion in his favor, portraying him as the leader who guided America through an unprecedented crisis while his opponents floundered. Another element of the theory is Trump's relationship with the pharmaceutical industry and major corporations. Some believe that Trump had secret deals in place with vaccine manufacturers and other key players in the response to COVID-19, ensuring that his administration would be credited with saving the country from the pandemic. This supposed collaboration between Trump and big business is viewed by theorists as a way for him to consolidate power and control the narrative during a time of global uncertainty. These are some interesting facts about Donald Trump that few people are aware of. Do you think there are any truths about Trump that the media is keeping hidden? Share your thoughts in the comments below this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to catch the next videos from Billionaire and President Mysteries.